straight out to our chief editorial producer, Ellie Jostad. Ellie, I understand there was a blow up and curse words were thrown.
Yeah, there was. Apparently at the very end of Cindy's deposition. Natisha Lance, our producer who is there outside the room, said she heard raised voices. Shortly thereafter, Cindy Anthony came storming out of the deposition room. She was heard saying, "Don't tell me not to pray," apparently to one of Zenaida Gonzalez's attorneys. She left. George Anthony left. Shortly thereafter, their attorney, Brad Conway, left.
Joining me tonight, everyone, is the attorney who put the Anthonys under oath. Everyone, we are taking your calls live. We're about to go to the phone lines. Mr. Morgan, I guess you didn't bargain on getting cursed out. What happened?
Cindy was very upset at the end. It was very hard to get questions back and forth. She started trying to question Zenaida, who was sitting there. When it was finally over, she took her mic off. She said she wanted to apologize, to say she was sorry to Zenaida. Then she kind of blew up at Zenaida. She said, "You know, I don't know why you were running on TV, and by the way, you never lost a job." And George was trying to get her away from Zenaida. And then she turned to me and she said, called me a bastard. And then George's like, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. And I think we really got to see her true colors.
What do you mean by that?
Her personality, very combative, very angry, very controlling, and coming at you like this.
Well, Mr. Morgan, if she really believes her daughter is innocent, which is hard for all of us to take in light of the evidence, if she really believes her daughter is innocent, then you're the devil to her. You're hurting her daughter with these questions. Now, I'm not saying her behavior is okay. It's not okay. Plus, it also hurts the state's case. It hurts the defense case, her behavior. But isn't this common when tempers flare, when people are under oath in a life or death matter?
I understand perfectly, especially George. I mean, they've lost their granddaughter, who they love. And right now they're in survival mode to protect their own daughter. And so, yes, I can understand why she had the animus towards me that she displayed at the end.
Well, isn't it true your client did get fired after all of this?
Yes, of course. I mean, that's why when she said you never lost your job, George was very gracious to Zenaida. He went over, he shook her hand, he said, "I'm sorry you're going through all this." Total opposite with Cindy.
Let's go out to Mike Brooks, former Fed with the FBI. I see so many inconsistencies, and that is why I say they are hurting the defense. Also, Cindy Anthony's demeanor being angry. That's the thing. When you're on the stand, you've got to control yourself. Brooks, you've been on the stand many times. It's hard to do sometimes. As much advice as I have given my own witnesses when I put them on the stand, when I've had to take the stand, I was terrible, Mike Brooks. But one thing that just jumps out at me is she says that she has phone numbers and addresses for Zenaida Gonzalez, the person that kidnapped little Caylee, but never once dialed those numbers or went to that address. And then also, she goes on to say that she believes that Jesse Grund or girlfriend Amy Huizinga could be Zanny. Now, how can she have numbers and addresses of Zenaida Gonzalez, but yet she says that's a double name for Jesse Grund?
Exactly. I mean, she, again, throwing Jesse Grund under the bus and dancing. On page 21, it says, Zanny's name came back up when Jesse and Casey were engaged, and that was in 2006. And it goes on, have you ever heard Jesse talk about Zanny? Yeah.